Eric Early, a Republican candidate looking to unseat Adam Schiff in the Los Angeles area, recently took part in a vigil for the two LA County Sheriff's deputies who were shot and wounded in that recent ambush attack in Compton. It's all in the effort to support law enforcement during the continued violence that we're seeing across this country. And joining me now is Mr. Eric Early. Eric, thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having me, Patrick.
All right, I do want to touch more on that visual in support of those two officers who are still recovering in the hospital after that ambush in Compton last week. But you're challenging the Democrat Adam Schiff in California's 28th district. Tell us, what's the latest with the campaign? What are you most focused on right now with regards to challenging him, and will there be a debate?
First of all, it was my honor to be part of that prayer circle in front of the hospital in Compton last week. Those two officers were savagely ambushed, and we got to find the savage that did it, and anybody who is working in concert with him and prosecute them to the full extent of the law. But thank God, both those deputies are now out and recovering. Listen, we are marshaling all kinds of resources. We've got a great campaign. We're reaching out to voters across the board because the way my district is drawn up, of course, we got Republican, conservative support. We've got to get moderate Democrats and independents as well. And I know plenty of those folks who support law and order too and support our police. And Adam Schiff gets on his knees to the BLMs of the world and wants to defund police. So that's not too popular.
Will there be a debate between you two?
We have a debate coming up. You know, for months we tried to get this guy to debate me. All we got was crickets. We contacted the League of Women Voters, and then we said we want to debate him, but we want him in person, live and living color in front of me. And about 2 weeks ago, we heard there's going to be a debate at Burbank City Hall. And then we heard about a week ago that now it's going to be a Zoom debate, so which tells me that Schiff is going to stay in Maryland. You know, a guy lives in Maryland, and he represents, he's supposed to be representing people in the Los Angeles area. But let's see if he actually shows up. But we're ready for it. I cannot wait to debate that guy. He's got a lot to answer for. And
we'll have, you know, details on that debate for our viewers as we go here. As it was in 2016, we've now got an empty spot on the bench there in the nation's highest court when Justice Antonin Scalia passed away. Now Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. You're an attorney. You're a law and order candidate. Democrats say that let the American people decide who the nominee for the next justice should be. What's your take on that as we get closer and closer to November 3rd?
Well, my take is clear, and I just want to say the debate is October 5th. Listen, President Trump's President of the United States. Constitution says President gets to fill the vacancy. I support what the President is doing. I want him to fill that vacancy as soon as possible. We want to see a constitutional conservative get nominated. I'm sure the President will do that. And I want to see the Senate pass and approve and get that person on the bench as soon as possible.
Well, earlier this week, the President suggested that Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish for the next justice to not be nominated and put into place until after the next president takes over in the White House. He says that that may have been written, or suggested that that may have been written by Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. Your take on that? What is the point that the president's trying to make there? What do you think?
Listen, I doubt that Ruth Bader Ginsburg said it because she understood the Constitution. I might not have agreed with her opinions. She understood the Constitution. She understood the president doesn't have to wait till another election to nominate somebody. And as far as what the president said about Schiff, listen, anything is possible with Adam Schiff. He is a liar. He's a leaker. He's a national disgrace. He acts like he's morally superior to all of us, when in fact he's morally inferior. Anybody that's lied to us for 3 straight years, tried to steal all of our votes, you know, who support the president, tried to make it so that the president couldn't even run in the next election. He has trampled all over the Constitution, even though he acts like he stands up for the Constitution. And I wouldn't put anything past Schiff. He might have written that statement for all I know, but I don't know.
All right. Well, I want to come back to what we started with last week. The two LA deputies, they were sitting in their patrol car. They were viciously attacked, nearly killed. They're both recovering in the hospital. You attended that vigil for them last week. Talk about what that meant to you to stand there as these two do lie in their hospital beds and to be there for the people in that community. What did that mean?
You know, it was really incredible. It was a great group of people from around the white people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, you know, from around the spectrum who came out and who support law enforcement. And now more than ever, we need to come out and support our brave men and women of law enforcement. They're getting attacked left, right, and center from all around. And you know, Patrick, we live in a state, and I say this often here in California, I call it a leaderless state. And along those lines, not one of the major elected officials, I'm talking about this guy I call the empty suit, pretty boy, Gavin Newsom, our Attorney General, Javier Becerra, who's a flat-out Marxist, our Mayor Garcetti, who is a worm, and a spineless worm, and then Schiff, who's worse than all of them. Not one of them has come out in the last few months, while all's been going on, to support our brave men and women of law enforcement. We have to do it, and it was my honor to be there speaking in support of them. And thank God now, since that vigil, both deputies are out and recovering. And as I said, we got to find, really, the savage who did it.
All right, and speaking of supporting law enforcement, you've now got more billboards up over, looking over the iconic Sunset Boulevard. Tell me about that effort. Tell me about what the latest is there.
You know, Patrick, we have great things going on, thanks to all of the great donors from around America who've gone to ericearly.com. This is truly a nationwide and district-wide grassroots effort to get rid of Schiff. And because of all the donations we've been getting, we've got this great billboard campaign going on. There's more and more going up. We're starting now with radio ads and television ads and newspaper ads, but we do have some great billboards. And, you know, they put it right to them. One of them says, for example, 60,000, LA, 60,000 homeless, Schiff, 20 years of nothing. Another one says, Schiff, defunder, and he's sitting there smiling in front of a burning police car with me speaking to our great law enforcement officers, and says early defender. And we've got a lot of that going on, and we've got a great momentum building out there. I'll tell you something, anything is possible in this race, notwithstanding what the mainstream media might be telling people.
All right, and we've been showing that billboard about defunding the police in Schiff on one side, you on the other side. To our viewers, it's a big billboard. We've got your website up on the screen here. Tell our viewers how they can get involved.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll look right into the camera, Patrick. First of all, thank you so much to everybody across America who has donated to our great campaign. No donation is too small, and we need all the donations we can get, because Schiff turned the Russia hoax and the impeachment sham into huge money-making exercises for himself. He's sitting on a fortune. But as you just heard, we're using every donation we can get. I call this asymmetric warfare, to come after Schiff. So any donations you can make, please go to ericearly.com. You can make comments when you make the donation. I read all your comments. And if you want to volunteer, we've got volunteers from around America making calls into the district. We can set you up on our calling software, ericearly.com. So folks, thank you so much. We can do this.
All right, Eric Early, a Republican candidate in California's 28th district, taking on Adam Schiff. The debate, we'll tell our viewers more about it as it gets closer. Debate set for October 5th.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on the lookout for that. Eric, thanks so much for stopping in.
Thanks again, Patrick.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.